People come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. I always like it when somebody's willing to come back on the show. I think it's like a compliment.
No, it's a bribery.
That it's only if you bring me chocolate.
Yeah, but you paid me $5, and you know, $5.
No, you bring me chocolate.
Okay, all right.
I don't bribe you. You bribe me. So, yeah, my guest, for those of you who don't know him, is my friend Don Lehn.
Hey.
So that's a good start, Don.
It is? Okay, good. We haven't been thrown off the network yet? Okay.
We haven't said anything bad.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, Don owns FVN, which is a news, Fraser Valley News. And
wearing colors proudly.
yeah, he's a broadcaster. He's a whole bunch of things.
Hey, wait a minute.
Not all bad. All right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Also, he works for Chill TV.
Yep.
And so tell people what you do for Chill TV.
I talk a lot, and for whatever reason, they pay me once in a while. No, I'm the news director for Chill TV, and so we oversee news of the week and work in concert with Clint Haynes, who is the talk show host, and of course with elections. As we're here now into September, we're pretty busy with that. Fraser Valley News, which actually, quick history lesson. Fraser Valley News I started in 2015. Chill TV started in 2018. And Fraser Valley News powers the newsroom for Chill TV. So that's where that working agreement is. And I come from the land of old school commercial radio. And one of many who, in my age, we all had hair, realized after one too many layoffs, actually 6 layoffs in media, 5 in radio, 1 in film, that this old dog had to learn a couple of new tricks. And this is where I feel sorry for some of my compatriots who, and I'm about to turn 62, they're lost without radio because we're so used to doing top 40 or news or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I realized probably about 15, 20 years ago, and definitely about 10, 11 years ago, social media is here to stay. This is real. Surprise, surprise, like what we're doing right now on Zoom, and then out to YouTube and everything else. This is where us old people go.
Yeah, you were able.
And I'm having a blast. I'm still enjoying it. The pay is crap, but you know, it's this is what I do, and I love doing it. And being self-employed is freedom. I don't have to deal with you know, the corporate bigwigs, but it can be scary. And anybody who is self-employed knows that when you're looking at the ebb and flow of income and bills and everything else, it's no different than any other entrepreneurial relationship you have. It just is. It goes with the territory.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I just want to tell everybody that for a while I was connected with Chill TV, my show, but I wanted to. Well, it just happened that I wanted to put it on more often, and it just didn't work out.
It's one of those scheduling things, and with any network, there are windows.
Yes.
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it's we had a situation actually not just within this past week because of the election. We had to make some serious hard choices of we can do this interview, we can't do this interview because we just don't have time, and it just is. Yeah. It just is, and it's one of the oddballs of the business. And you know, a lot of people, we get it, but we broadcasters and media type, we're on the inside, we understand the nuts and bolts. Trying to explain it to somebody who doesn't get it, I understand their frustration. Totally get that part. So yeah.
And I just have to add, like, nothing against Chill TV, but I really like doing this on my own.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I still do FVN.
Yeah.
The downside for both of us is our days start at 5 in the morning and usually don't end until about 7 at night if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I just like also, Don, the fact that you talk about Zoom has opened up a whole new world for a lot of us, right?
Oh yeah, it's I actually, this is where I feel sorry for my dad, because This is a guy who could build houses and restore antique cars, but when it comes to electronics, he does not want to get on the internet, doesn't have a computer. And yet there are so many people, our age and older. This is incredible, especially after the madness of the past 18 months. How do you keep in touch with the kids and the grandkids and welcome to Zoom. I know there was another platform before Zoom. I can't even remember what it is now, but it just shows you how technology changes. So,
oh yeah,
there was something before, and I
yes.
can't remember what it was, but again, it just shows you how everything changes.
I know, and once it changes, it just moves, keeps rolling, and
Yeah, I 2 years ago, Instagram, I don't know if that's where I want to go. Now I'm all over Instagram and Facebook Live, and I don't do TikTok and it's not a slam, it's just that is that my target audience? Well, would a 12 to 18-year-old actually want to pay attention to an old guy like me? Probably not.
And you only get little snippets on there, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But even with the original Instagram, you can only do so much. Now I go to IGTV, Instagram television. So.
Oh, you'll have to help me with that, because you've mentioned that to me once before, but I had no idea what it was and how to go about getting on.
This changed everything in our lives.
Yes. Yes.
Did.
Absolutely.
Now it's driving me nuts. What did we have before Zoom? We had a platform, and I can't remember. If you can remember, please tell us, because we're having old senility problems here.
Yeah, because it was similar to WeChat.
Yeah, but it wasn't WeChat.
No, I know, but WeChat.
Yeah, but it was similar too. Yeah.
WeChat it was China.
But again, even those of us in the business, this is how fast stuff changes.
Yeah.
We're taping this on September the 11th, the 20th anniversary of 9/11. That was 2001. Remember, just a year and a half before that, we were all freaking out at Y2K. Will the computer work on January the 1st?
This
still is. Is this working? Yeah.
Yeah. There was this big scare of this is going to happen. Everything's going to shut.
Oh yeah.
Who starts those rumors? It's quite interesting when you think about it, right?
Well, remember back then, the internet was still very much in its infancy. It was just stagnant web pages and basic email. That was it.
Yeah.
Now, when we're just talking about this, we've got TikTok and Zoom and
Twitter, Tumblr.
Yeah, Tumblr, Twitter, Tumblr, Twitface. Well, that was the Facebook meme,
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I dated one of them. Never mind.
So what's happening new with you, if anything?
Actually, tons. Getting back to social media, it is interesting watching some of the older traditional media people who I don't want to slam them, but some of them really are, after all of this time and all of this information, still have a tough time getting on board social media. Is that where we really want to go? And then I turn around and I see them following me. So, having said that, it's interesting with advertisers who, again, are so used to traditional media. Is this the way to go? Well, yeah, actually, do an experiment, drop $20 on a Facebook ad and see where that takes you, and you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Where it would just go boom. You take a look at literally, I think it's probably 1 or 2 times a day now I hear of a GoFundMe page for whatever event, whatever, we're trying to help out somebody got their house burned down or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, that's the technology, and if we can help out people by just pushing those messages out, great. But also the standard stuff, like the in Chilliwack, Legion number 4 just shut down. And there's a lot of oldies that are wondering, what am I going to do? Well, hey, you got to know the Legion. And it's amalgamating, and you get to help out these people direct them. This is where you got to go now.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That is so very, very cool.
Yeah.
And the age thing is also starting. I mean, we were joking about the age thing about being the old guys. That's falling away too. We're pretty much all on the same page. Literally, if you know how to play with this, you can do anything. Literally. Somebody's trying to get a hold of me. Oh yeah, it's you. Oh, okay. Yeah, Nancy. Oh yeah, from Nancy. Turn on your Zoom. Oh, okay.
One of the things I was just thinking about, like people tell me that when I do this, that if it's a business, if it's an artist or something, that I will share anything that they post.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if I know about them, you know, if I interview you, obviously I know about you, but I don't always know who you are or what you want. That's why I invite people to the show, because I'm willing to help. I love.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, likewise.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to, now speaking of that, some people will put things on Messenger for me to share, and I still have trouble getting that to share. Would it be better if they would put it on my page, my timeline?
Well, it depends on what you want on your page, and be scrutinizing what you do. For the most part, people mean well. But the other side of this, and I've had to do this myself, and a lot of people don't understand or realize that when you put something out on social media, I'm going to quote a lawyer friend of mine who you know, Kyla Lee from Acumen Law. Is this something you would want addressed in court?
Right.
And think that far ahead, and then hit send. Or is it something you want to keep private? That's where you send it to Messenger and say, hey, maybe you can just email me. Because there are prospective employers, and I've done this too, and I still do it when I'm interviewing somebody. I will scope out your Facebook and your Twitter. And if you've got some questionable stuff there, as any employer, not just me, any employer, is this the person I want representing me, representing my brand? Now, not a lot of people, some people do get their nose out of joint over that. Hate to tell you this, it's reality. That's just it. I'm not the only employer that will do that. So if it's the drunken brawl that you thought was so funny to post, maybe you don't want to post it if you're going after that really cool job that's going to pay you some money. But there's my 2 cents worth. But it does happen, and I've done it too. Or I go, I'm not too sure.
Did you answer my question?
I don't think so. I try to be a politician.
I'm just talking about something good. Okay, that somebody.
It is good. It's
if somebody put
if somebody means well, and it's a really cool thing, put it on the timeline and allow it on your timeline.
So it's easier. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
oh yeah, it is definitely easier.
But
you, as the host of your own page, you do have to pay attention. You know, is this something I really want on my page?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So. I mean, so far I've had, the things that are controversial in a bad way. Yeah. I don't share. I don't, if I don't like it, I don't look at it. Whatever. Yeah. Right. So it's not a big deal. I haven't had anything bad, but I'm just saying because sometimes good things that people want me to share, and they put on Messenger. I really have a hard time like this copying and stuff.
The copy and paste. Yeah.
It doesn't. For me, for whatever reason, I struggle with it. So I'm asking people, don't put it there. Please just put it on my timeline,
Yeah, because I really don't want to play with this, because
like your show, for instance, so here's the thing. When you do your morning news, I don't always see it right away. Yeah. I get on, it's like, sometimes it's like, oh, that's like 12 hours ago. Yeah. There's so much stuff now, right? Yeah. So if you, and this is just an example, if you want me to share your daily news, put it on my timeline, and then I'll see it right away, and I can.
And I am selective with that. If it's good example of that, there was a situation in Harrison with a rather contentious public meeting. It was not a public hearing; it was an information hearing. Right. So I did share it with the mayor, Leo Fascio, and a couple of the city councilors to pass it along, or the village councilors. Saying this is going up now, so they see it, and then they'll repost. Traditionally between 8 and 8:30, the morning Fraser Valley News Network news goes up. Yeah. But there's stuff where you see it 12 hours later, like, oh, geez, I missed that.
It's like too late. It's like some of the
things, it's something. But it's part of the I wouldn't say the dangers of the landscape. It just happens to be part of the rules of the road. It's no different than when I was doing middays at News 1130. It's a 24-hour news wheel where sometimes the stories can hold up for 12, 14 hours. Sometimes they'll hold up for 2 hours, and then boom, something changes. It just is. Yeah. Skype. That's it. Whatever happened to Skype? Whatever happened to Skype? Because when Zoom came out,
Mm.
You know, the quality of Zoom, no offense to the guys at Skype, because you did a lot of work, but there was a level of quality at Skype and then a level of quality of Zoom.
Yeah.
And then Zoom, for the most part, is not bad for broadcast quality, but then because you have HD with certain networks that really get particular, they don't want that. They want TriCaster. Well, Joe Average Lunch Bucket can't afford TriCaster. We can afford Zoom.
Yeah.
We could afford Skype, but that's about it, or YouTube Live or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those technical things where, yeah.
And
Thank you. I was drawing a blank. You know,
and who knows, like 5 years from now, 2 years from now, even.
Oh, 2 years.
Zoom might
Yeah.
be.
TikTok 2 years ago. Did we have TikTok 2 years ago? I don't think we did.
I don't remember.
Just prior to the pandemic, I don't think we did.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, even IGTV is considered old. Instagram is considered old.
Yeah.
Facebook and Twitter are the dinosaurs. That was 2005. Yeah. Go figure.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So what else are you doing? Are you off snoozing this morning?
I'm noozing, yeah. This time of the year when you have, this is where I really feel bad. I feel bad for Abbotsford. All of us have the federal election. Abbotsford's got 2 elections in 1 week. They've got the September 20th federal election. 5 days later is probably a more important election for them, and that's a by-election for city council.
Mm.
So you're inundated with all of this information federally.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for the by-election for those who want to get on become a councilor, a city councilor, because they're buried in the mix.
Yes.
And there's also this thing where, and again, this is where you and I and our ilk have to educate people. The triangle is actually inverted. Everybody thinks that the federal election is the most important, and then the provincial, and then civic elections. Other way around.
Yeah, reverse it.
It's civic, and then the provincial, and then the federal. Because the feds just give out the money.
Yeah.
The province then turns around and gives it to the districts and the municipalities and the cities. It's that local area that goes, okay, now we divvy up all of that money. This is going to go to sewers. This is going to go to parks. This is going to go da 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 da. But there's that perception because the national leaders are the national leaders. Yeah, that's right. And they have this big machine behind them that can pump out that. Meanwhile, and then I was just talking with one of the candidates for the Abbotsford by-election, who's an ex-Mountie, knows how to deal with social media, works with Special Olympics, knows how to deal with social media with them. But can he get the word out that he's running? Yeah, it's the proverbial pulling teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, let's get back to your business. For if anybody wanted to contact you to have you
and we do video and audio and we can share it with Chill TV or not, but FVN at shaw.ca. The actual website, Earl, is Fraser Valley News Network, FraserValleyNewsNetwork.com. Initially, when we started, somebody who I used to work for, who I'm glad I do not work for anymore, tried to steal the original name. So we went one step further and just added the word network. And ironically, we've now become that because we have the website.
Right.
And Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Zoom and da-da-da-da-da. And now Skype is in the back of my head. But we're affiliated with Small Talk. We're affiliated with Chill TV. We're affiliated. So therein lies the network. So,
right.
Yeah.
FraserValleyNewsNetwork.com.
Or the email is FVN at shaw.ca.
Yeah, I'm writing this down.
So and it's if you go to the FVN webpage, it's the first thing you see in the big block, blue block with white. Is that this is another thing that drives people nuts, where a lot of media outlets have their contact information at the bottom of their page. I hate that. I will go on record saying I hate that. Right at the top. So as soon as you bring it up, there's the email address, there's the phone number. Do I still MC events? Yes, I do. Do I still perform? Yes, I do. And
Does he still talk? Yes, he does.
yes, he does. I still talk. Do I consult other small media? If you've got a Facebook page up and you're trying to figure out what to do, give me a holler. The least I can do is, charge you for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
That type of thing. The other thing too is one of the things for Fraser Valley News and for Chill TV is trying to be another local outlet for advertising. So you don't have to spend money with the big guys, with the Rogers and the Black Press and the Jim Pattisons and that. It's local and it stays local and it stays locally focused. And that's been when we went in front of Small Business BC to do our dance and get the money to start up.
Right.
We were really hammering that home. And to this day, Community Futures, who are incredible people. If you're starting up a business, even with the pandemic, Community Futures, South Fraser, and Community Futures Fraser Valley, and Small Business BC, I cannot say enough about those people. They are incredible,
Cool.
unbelievable people.
Cool. Well, Don, we're out of time.
See, I talk too much.
Well,
Always
it was about you. That's the
Well, yeah, it's always about me. Somebody's trying to, am I coming to the races tonight? No, I'm not going to Agassiz Speedway.
Okay, listen, don't be answering your message. While
See, this is the other thing about being in media. This constantly goes off. So in between, okay, Agassiz Speedway can do the Huskers game, can't do Agassiz Speedway.
He's just showing
Okay.
off, everybody. He's just
I
showing off.
know. and on top of all that, I'm about to turn 62, and you wonder why I'm still single. This is my wife. This is my wife.
We tried a number of years ago. We tried to find him a mate, a wife, a friend with benefits, whatever, and it just didn't work out. So,
But I can still be approached. Okay. So.
yeah, he's still approachable.
And the other thing too, I got to give him a plug. Where did he go? He just disappeared. The real general manager of Fraser Valley News is Peanut Buttercup, my cat. And Peanut has, yes, he does, his own Facebook page.
Of course he does.
He has more female followers than I do. I am not happy about. No, what? You just screwed it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Did Peanut start his own website? No.
No, he's not got his website. No, he just has his own Facebook page.
I mean, his own. Did he say?
My ex would not allow me to do that until she left, and then I started the Facebook page, which I should have known. Cute little guy like him, just I'm Peanut Buttercup. I am a Siamese barn cat.
Anyway, it's been a hoot, Don.
And it always has been.
All right. So thanks for doing this, and thank you everybody for watching. And I'll post Don's website and whatever.
All that pertinent stuff.
Yeah, and he's on Facebook as well. So thanks for watching the show. I hope you'll come back and watch it again. And if you want to be on the show, you know the deal. Send me a message, okay?
And chocolate. You have to bribe her with chocolate.
Oh, totally. Always my favorite. And and stay safe and peace out, everybody.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.